Hi students, today I'm here to share with you some communication tips. What can I do if I can't understand someone? So a lot of times when we are talking in conversational English and you're talking with a group of your peers, sometimes you can't understand what they're saying to you. So what do? Well, here are some techniques. A lot of people go to this one first, and they ask the person to repeat what they are saying. Sometimes that helps, and it gives you the information that you need in order to understand. But a lot of times, if you don't know the words that they are saying, perhaps they're using vocabulary words that aren't in your lexicon, that aren't in your head, then asking them to repeat those same vocabulary words that you don't know the definition to is not going to help. So, you may want to ask them to use different words. Don't be afraid to say, "I'm sorry, but can you use some different words? I don't think I know the words that you're using yet." And then the person can provide some synonyms, some words that mean the same thing as what they were originally saying. You can also say what you think you heard back to them in your own words. This will check your understanding and it will confirm with the person if you are correct or not and if you understood what they meant. It's also good to ask them questions. Ask the person more follow-up questions. You can clarify what they're saying. You can ask for more information on the subject, and then you can get a bigger context that will help you figure out what they have been talking about. So these are some ways to try to understand someone else who is talking to you better. But sometimes you're talking to someone and they can't understand you. So what can I do if someone can't understand me? Well, here's a few things you can try. First of all, slow down your speech a little bit. Speak slowly and clearly. Many of you have an accent, and they are beautiful accents. But sometimes if a person is not used to hearing accents, they might need you to slow down and speak very clearly so that they can understand. You can also use synonyms or words that mean the same thing. So if you are talking about something and you say skyscraper, you can also say tall building, a building that many people live in. It has many stories or floors. So you can use synonyms and comparative phrases to talk about things that you are speaking about. Sometimes, perhaps, you are using a word correctly, but you're pronouncing it wrong. So sometimes that can happen, and it's helpful to provide a synonym because the person listening might not understand if the word is mispronounced. It's also good to use simple, clear language. If you are talking to be understood, practice using simple and clear language. You might want to try to challenge yourself and make a big, long, complicated sentence, but if someone's having a hard time understanding what you mean, maybe go back to simple sentences. Keep them short, keep them very clear. You might also want to try using different words. If you are trying to explain something and someone doesn't understand, try again in a different way. Think of some other words that you can use to express yourself. Sometimes you may be pronouncing words incorrectly. Sometimes you might even be using a vocabulary word incorrectly. You think you know the meaning, but maybe the connotation of it is different, or maybe the definition you have in your brain is not the actual definition that everyone else has. So try using some different words. And if all else fails and you are still very stuck and the person cannot understand you, you can write down the words that you are saying. I have had students try to explain something to me, but they were putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable, or they were pronouncing something in such a way that I couldn't understand. So if I had them write down the word to the best of their ability, they could try to figure out what it was spelling. If spelling was wrong, that's okay. But it helped me figure out what they meant. Sometimes it's just one word that is the key to understanding everything. So you might need to write it down for someone to see. So next time you are communicating and talking with other people and you are having a hard time understanding someone else, or someone else is having a hard time understanding you, you can use some of these tips and strategies.